Hello everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to Tuesday Trainings. We're going to be looking over a Wix template today. This one is called the Drone Store e-commerce template. Even if you don't sell drones, if you want to sell anything, I think it'll be worth your time to take a look at this brand new template from Wix.com. So stay tuned. I look forward to this time we have together. All right, once again, we are here at the Webmaster Academy. I'm Michael Wood, the Wix Certified Trainer for today. And if you haven't met me before, I am the owner of Captivatum Multimedia and Web Design. And I could show you how to build stunning and professional websites from concept to automation at the Academy. Just head on down to www.webmasteracademy.online. Today, we're going to be looking at the Drone e-commerce store, which is one of the brand new templates from Wix.com. First, we're going to do a quick preview of the website, and then we're going to go under the hood. If you like this video, be sure to give me a like or a comment. It always helps me to know some of the things that you're enjoying. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and ask a question and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Alright, so we do have my wife's there, Dolores Renee Wood. Hello. Thank you for joining us. We also have Linda's out there on our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining the stream. Remember, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and at the end, I'll try to get to those questions. Let's take a look at this website. First of all, it's a beautiful site, very visual, and that's what I like about some of the new modern designs. The other thing is you want to make sure your website's designed and optimized for mobile devices. So I actually zoomed out on this site just so you could see it better, but here it is with the proper zoom, which is at 100%. So up in the top left-hand corner, we have the logo. Remember, you don't have to sell drones to use this template. The whole idea of a template is to just simply swap out the items with your own customizations, and you could sell just about anything on the same template. So just swap this out with your logo, and if you click on the logo, it'll actually take you back to home. That's a good little web design practice. They have a subscribe list up at the top for you to get news and updates. We have a phone number, and there's a shopping cart with the number of items in the cart. Yes, Wix does have shopping carts in e-commerce. Now, a lot of times you have to pay a little extra for the e-commerce plans, mostly because you need a secure server to handle financial transactions. All right, now on the right is an image of your product. Here we have Professional Drone Solutions. The call to action button is right here, and they want you to buy. So the button says shop now. I talk a lot about call to action buttons at the Webmaster Academy. You always want to pick one action you want all your visitors to take. So shop now is an appropriate call to action. Let's go ahead and scroll down. We have edge to edge photos here, and they go all the way across the screen, and as you can see, they are touching each other here, so they're borderless images. You can shop now for their latest product and their other latest product here, which are the accessories. So you want to kind of put the latest and greatest in this box, and then if you have accessories, put that here. These are the top brands that they carry, and you would swap these icons out with your own. You also have a list of the best sellers, and I believe this is automated, but we'll go under the hood in a few minutes. Okay, so as you can see, I hover over each of the images and they offer a quick view. So I'll click on quick view and a light box shows up where the outside edges are dimmed and you could see a better image of the product. In fact, if I hover my mouse over, you get a real nice detail of the product. It also has a regular price with a line slashed through it, and then the regular price. All of this will be done on the back end. The visitor can select their quantity and they can go ahead and add it to their cart. They'll have the product name and a SKU number. And again, all of this will be handled on the back end and doesn't have to be handled on the website directly. Then they have a section for new products. So best sellers and new products is a great way to get in front of people the things that matter. You might have a store with 20 items, 100 items, maybe only 5 things, and you want a way to really present the best. And this is your storefront. So that's the way you showcase some new items or a new sale. So you have a bestseller section and the new product section. There's a row here for testimonials, and you could actually add images or customize this any way you see fit. And then there's a very big footer, and I talk about footers in another video, and I always say there's 3 things you want on every footer. That's the contact information, which we have down here on the right, and you want your social media icons as well. But this footer is a little bit more substantive in terms of how many menu items. It's like its own menu navigation. We see this practice in much bigger sites, and an e-commerce, of course, will be a little bit bigger than a regular 5-page website. So here they can shop with the different categories. There's information about the company. And then you always want to provide some kind of support. The frequently asked questions, shippings and returns, your store policy, and your payment methods. You know what's beautiful about working with this template is somebody has already thought through the e-commerce experience. So as you're building out your store, you might wonder, what is your shipping and return policy? What is your store policy? Let's go ahead and click on the store policy. And it actually takes us to another page. And what's interesting is some of the copy is already here for you. Your users' privacy is of the highest importance to your business. So some of the copy is already there. You just need to make the adjustments for your own store. Okay, I'm just checking the chat to see if anyone has any questions. And I'm just responding here. Hello, everybody. All right, how do you guys like this website so far? Let me know. Give me a heart, a like, some comment. This is mostly to our Facebook users. Let me know. What do you think about this template so far? I think it's fantastic. So I'm going to go back to the home. Always go back to home. Okay, now if I click on this button, it says all products. So here's all of them. And as you can see, it's quite extensive. You have images here. You have product types down here on the left. There is a slider. Look at this slider right here where they can adjust the price range. And look at it, actually filters the items based on the price range. So if you only want to go to nothing higher than $233, it'll show you those lower priced items. All of this is happening in real time. That's some pretty slick code if you ask me. And then you can sort by brand. So these are multiple checkboxes, and I could just simply check those. There will be quite a lot of work for you on the front, and that's putting in all of your items. But once you've done that, the web design will work by itself practically. Okay, then I can go to the product types are also listed up here in the menu. So there is some redundancy, but that's okay because people shop and they navigate websites differently. Here are just the drones, and of course we have the same filters over here on the left for each of the products. I also have a page for sale items only. Some people just want to know when to get where to get the best deal. So make sure you show that to them up front. And then there's a user forum. And this is a great way to build community and to build search engine optimizations on your site. You're selling these products, but you are also competing with other sellers. So you want to get a lot of content on your site to bring people, and part of that is being human. I do another video on SEO. Be sure to check that out. I have an entire course on SEO at the Webmaster Academy. You could check that out as well. So one of the things I do talk about is making sure you have lots of human interactions on your website. What better way to do that is a forum. And what's interesting about this forum is new users can actually log in and sign up. So this is a demo, so obviously it's not going to work here. But you can go ahead and log in and sign up, and you can easily become a member here and sign up. And then as a member, you can go ahead and comment on these different articles. So it kind of combines the best world of a community with a blog by creating a forum. So here's a few sample articles, and you want to just keep writing articles about your products. Here's a guide, drones for beginners. There's 3 views, 3 posts. Now this is a category. So if I say view category, it'll show all the posts that fall under that category. And people can heart or like, they can leave comments, and it also gives you a count of how many views are here, and it'll give you the author of the post. So one of the beauties of a Wix site is that you can invite collaborators to work on your site. When we start going under the hood and going into the back end, you can have people at your organization only do the store items. They never have to touch the website. They never have to do web design. They can just manage the inventory of your products by adding them as collaborators. You can also add writers to your team, and they can add posts and blog posts without having to touch the actual website. So that collaboration really leverages your team. It's like having a professional web designer working for you 24/7. So I really love these forums and how they're designed. And then always have that about page with another tab that leads to contact us. This template right here, if you had a professional web designer build you this site from the ground up, because we're not talking about 5 pages, we're talking about e-commerce, products, a forum where people can sign in. If you hired a web designer to design this from the ground up, you're talking easily over $1,000. Easily. Go to Wix, get the template. It's a little bit of that do-it-yourself, but I am there to guide you and show you along the way. Again, I'll take you from concept to automation at the Academy. Let's go ahead and look at the editor, and let's get under the hood. So first thing you have to do is save the site, and I'll just put drone sample. Okay, you get a free Wix domain. Of course, you can always connect your own domain later. I'm going to pause for just a moment to see if there are any comments or questions at this point. Okay, so far so good. All right, let's get under the hood then. And this is just the design part, then we'll go into the e-commerce part. So on the design, this has been built using columns. And so if I manage the columns, we can go ahead and we pick which column we want to work with. And I could even switch the columns, as you could see here. So we'll kind of do a little switch there. I can add columns and I can duplicate columns, and then I could easily switch out the image. So if you're not selling drones, maybe you're selling tigers. That'd be interesting. Legally, of course, but if you were selling legal tigers, this is what it would look like. Here I actually have a video. So you can easily just swap out these photos with video just with the click of a button. So that's for professional tiger solutions. We can change the colors just by changing the column background, and we can change the palette. So what I'm going to do is change our palette. If we're going to sell tigers, we'll have more of this safari looking palette right there, and then the background will change automatically. Let me just maybe pick the safari, say done, and then it'll automatically switch everything to match that theme. So that's pretty nice. Okay, so that's how you customize the columns. Again, if you want more detail on any of these aspects, check out my design course at the Academy. Alright, you could easily switch out the, these are all columns. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5-column strip. And what's good about columns is they adjust themselves nicely to different screens. That's why you build columns. If I were to just take these logos and just simply place the images on a blank canvas, the problem is the spacing between the images can change depending on the computer screen, and you get some uneven results. So building columns ensures that as we take this screen, and if we were to basically, make it smaller or bigger, the columns will adjust themselves and the spacing is maintained. Okay, so those are columns. This item right here is actually a grid gallery. And what's nice about this is I can go into settings, and this is done on the back end. Once you build out your products, you could build these galleries. And all I need to do is change, instead of best sellers, I can just change it. I can change it to the sorting. I could add a sorting option if they want to sort from newest to price high to low. By the way, this is all made possible through the new Wix code that they've built in here for you. I can show filters. So if I want people to filter through a price range, a collection, or option, I can give them that. In this case, I basically want to control which products are being displayed. So I'm going to leave the filters and the sorting off. I can fix the design. I can fix the fonts. So as you can see, we can do a lot of customizations from a design side. Or you could just leave it alone. That's okay too. I can change the product elements. I could take out the price. Maybe you just want to show the product name and make them click on it to get the price. Lots of different options here. I could even change the layout. I could take out the text completely. Here I can attach it kind of more of a Polaroid effect. And this is another effect I have here. So there's different ways we can change. We can change the image to 16 by 9, or we could make it more of a square. So with a click of a button, we're making changes that back in the day used to take forever, because you would have to manually resize every square and then make sure the spacing between the squares was maintained. A lot of work back in the days. Template makes it real easy here. Alright, so instead of best sellers, I could just change the collection. I could say, I just want to show the accessories. Or let's show all the products. Now that's going to make your home page much bigger, and you have this load more button appears. So we'll just leave it alone at best sellers. Now you notice some of my, when I changed the colors on this website, we lost some of the titles, and that happens when you change colors. So I would have to go into here and basically just manually change that to one of our site colors. So there's a little bit of hand holding you have to do when you do change the site colors. Just one of those things you have to be aware of. Okay. All right. So far, so good. That's how you change the loadouts on the bestsellers and new products. Just you could choose which collection you want. The testimonials, these are again 3 different columns. Go in here and change the text and add your images. And then the footer, as we described, these are also columns. So it's an interesting way. You build strips and then you build columns. So that's column 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's 5 columns here, and each of them you'll adjust the text. And then when you adjust the text, each of these lines has a link. So you would have to click and highlight, click the link button, and then decide where that link's going to go. It can go to a page on your website, or it can go to an external page off the website, or any of these other options. So you would need to highlight the text and then decide where that link is going to go. You'll do that, and that's how you build out a multi-page footer navigation. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. Let me just check the chat. Does anyone have any questions about some of the design elements of the home page? If you like this so far, give me a like or a comment. Okay, looks good so far. All right, let's go under the hood and show you a little bit of the e-commerce. So to do that, I would click on My Store, and I'm going to say Get Started. You do need to have an e-commerce plan for this to work. Let's manage our store. So it's going to open up a window or dashboard. This is the new Wix dashboard. And it's going to take a moment to load. There are a lot of items. While that's loading, I can maybe go to these other sections. So here's some store products. Now, yeah, there they go. So here's the product. So what you're going to do, obviously, if you're starting from scratch, you'll probably want to select all and delete them all. Okay, that'll be your first step. And then you're going to add a product. So when you add a new product, you can actually make it digital files. This is the beauty of the Wix e-commerce. You can sell ebooks or coloring books or songs or albums. Anything you want to make digital, you can make that a digital product, or it's going to be a physical product. So we'll say physical because we are selling drones here. And you're going to go ahead and title your product up here at the top. You'll add images. You can add a video. People love that. And here's the cool thing is all you need to do is check which box you want that to be in, which collection you want that product to be in. And you just can say create collection to create these. Okay, and then there's basic info right here. You can add the product name. You can add a little ribbon at the top like new arrival or bestseller or recommended. You can add that there. Go ahead and add in your price. And then here's what's cool. If you click on the sale button, you can either just say what the discount is or what the sale price is. So at the price, you'll put the original price. Sale price, you'll put the new sale price. And when you select this box that says on sale, that's what creates that line that gets crossed through the price and then shows them the sale price. So you're doing all of this on the back end, and the web design will take care of itself. Then you'll type in your description. Then you could decide if you want to track inventory or not. If you are tracking inventory, you'll say how many items you have. So you'll say maybe 10 of them. And then as people buy the products, you'll be notified of your inventory as that happens. If you're selling digital products, then you don't need to worry about that. You can add custom text field if you want to allow buyers to personalize the product. So if you're doing engravings or personalizations, go ahead and add that text field there. Well, you give a blank so the user can type in the text field. You can also add product options, like maybe you have different sizes or colors, or it's made out of something different. So you'll give a name for that option. Scroll down here, and then the choices, and you're going to give them different choices. It could be a list, or it could be different colors. Okay, so especially if you're selling shirts or products that come in multiple colors. So that is how you set up a new product. And it's very tedious, but it's going to be like that no matter what e-commerce solution you use. I just love the number of options you're able to implement here. So you have your products, and then you have your collections. When you create a product, that's when you decide which collection it's going to be in. By making collections, we're then able to build out those automatic strips on the home page that show the best sellers or whatever it is you want to show them. Okay, so that is the back end of the e-commerce store. I can have multiple store pages. I can also add store elements. If I want to maybe build out another web page, I can have a slider. I can do a product widget. That's the thing where you can kind of click and drag. So let's kind of throw this on top of everything here. So here's a product widget. Let's take a preview and see when I hover the mouse over, you kind of get that animation effect, view details, and it'll take you to wherever you want it to go. So here's the product details. Doesn't look like much because we were just doing that really quickly. Okay, let's go back to the editor. And this is the navigation menu, as you can see. And we can go back to the home page here. Okay, so that is how you edit the new products on this e-commerce site. It's very tedious, but again, once you put in that work on the front end, then it's easy to set up those strips of using the different collections that you have set up. The shopping cart will work on its own. People will have the cart. They can check out using their favorite payment method, and then they'll handle the shipping and that sort of thing, which you'll have to handle. You'll have to handle the shipping. If you're doing a Wix site, if you have a third party, you can have them come in as a collaborator, and they could be aware of the things that were purchased, and you can have them ship it out. Obviously, you'll have to pay for that type of service, but what I would do is get that third-party shipper and have them become a collaborator on the back end. Okay? So that is how you set that up. If you want to know more details about the design, more detailed explanation of e-commerce and how it works in Wix.com, then check out the Webmaster Academy, where I'll take you from concept to automation. As we finish up, I just want to check to see if there's any questions at this point. All right, if you like this video, give me a like or a heart. Let me know what you think about this so I can make more videos. Remember to subscribe to this channel and subscribe to our Facebook page. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys next time at the Academy. Thank you.